Hi, I'm Joe Walensky, and I'm the program manager for the UX Writer Conference, and that's coming up October 6 and 7. It's online, so you can enjoy it for the comfort of wherever you're at, whether that's your home, your office, off traveling, a lot of flexibility for that, and we're looking forward to it. We have a lot of great speakers, and I get a chance to talk with them in advance, and you get to listen in too. So right now I'm visiting with Natalie Dunbar. Hello, Natalie. How are you today?
Hey, Joe. How are you? I'm doing well.
Well, everything's going good here. It's a sunny day in Vashon Island, which is near Seattle. Where are you talking to us from?
I am talking to you from very hot and sunny Pasadena, California.
Well, it's great to have you as part of the program, and probably a good place to start is if you'd like to share a little bit about your background, how you got to where you are today, and what type of work you're involved in.
Alrighty. I probably like a lot of people who are involved with creating content, had always had a passion for writing when I was a kid, and did many other career things until I landed in marketing communications at a large insurance company. And that was after transferring from a very different role, but I had started writing for the employee magazine to kind of practice. And one thing led to another. As I was in marketing communications, we were starting to build websites and build a presence. I've been around for a little bit, so it was not, digital presence for brands was not as ubiquitous as it is now. But it was right at that moment where I started to get curious about coding, and kind of nerding out, trying to teach myself HTML. But then I took a detour, and I ended up doing the job that I loved and dreamt about as a kid, and that was being a newspaper journalist for a local publication here in Pasadena. I learned a lot of very useful skills as a reporter, one of them interviewing, because later on, when I would transition to online, I ended up started as an editorial producer at yellowpages.com, and pretty much wore every hat in the organization. And within user experience, I was a editorial producer, then a senior writer / very early content strategist. Then I went to product management. Then I was a usability researcher, and then I left there and was brought on at an ad agency to actually build a content strategy practice. And I haven't looked back since. So today I am a content strategist at Anthem. I somehow have found myself in these very highly regulated verticals, a lot of insurance and healthcare. But it's a skill, and it's something that when you can find creative expression within that tightly regulated space, it can be very rewarding. So that's the 2-minute version of of my history as a content strategist.
Well, you got a lot in there, and you obviously been really busy in your career with all those different things that you've been involved with. I'm sure that gives you a great overall perspective of how to do good work. Besides the being busy at work, are there any things, personal interests that you have that you might want to share?
I am a yoga teacher part-time, which is a nice balance to all the crazy digital stuff that I do. And I am an avid student of dance. Until COVID, I was a student of two Brazilian styles. One is Brazilian samba, and the other one is called forró, and it's a partner dance. So we're all wondering what that's going to look like with masks and gloves if we ever get back to it. But those are my passions, along with my family, of course, and friends. And I'm an avid reader as well. So I've been doing lots of reading, a lot of industry books that I've been reading. But I'm a freelance writer as well and a speaker. So I try to stay up on, the latest books that are coming out. on content strategy, UX writing, all the things. So,
well, we've all been, I think, finding new things to get involved with because of the limitations of being able to get around and kind of getting more in tune with things that maybe we didn't have time for before. So it's good to hear about your dance interests.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about your session at the conference. The title is Accessibility, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, UX Writing for Divergent User Bases. So tell us what you have planned for us.
This was in, well, there's actually a couple of things that kind of inspired me to go down this path. Not just the climate that we're living in today, which is, a whole nother topic, but I have a real passion about all things accessibility in digital, and oddly enough, in my yoga world. I am a certified accessible yoga teacher, and I see these overlaps where the commonality is languaging, where how we speak to people, how we create content for people, whether it's microcopy or longer form content, where it may be WC3 accessible, but maybe not accessible to beyond a point where it's diverse and inclusive for a wide variety of audiences. Excuse me. So I had a colleague at Anthem who kind of touched on the topic, and I couldn't let it go. And I wanted to speak about it somewhere. I ended up writing about it first. I have a freelance article that I did, kind of getting past the point of just talking about it in theory and really looking at whether or not there are resources out there to help us as content producers to be able to put a wide blanket around, out of how we speak to people. I should say a wide net, so that we're more inclusive when we create content for people. It's a passion of mine, and I think it's a good time. And when I thought about this, it was January. I had no idea that we were going to be in the kind of environment that we're in right now, but I think it's timely. And I'm excited to share with people how to be more inclusive and deliberately so in the content that we create.
Well, I'm really thrilled that we're able to have you bringing this topic to the conference, and I'm looking forward to it. I think the participants will enjoy it as well. And so thanks for being involved in the event and taking a few minutes to chat with me today.
Thank you so much, Joe. I'm looking forward to the event.